ShinRobjira.
Long ago, in the early winter days of 2021, Rob started a new series.
Yeah, welcome to the Bandai Lost Movie Monster Series trilogy. This is part 1. Take a guess what the other two are.
And never continued it.
You'll see, you'll see, you'll see.
Now, 6 months later, it sees its return.
Today we're going to be talking about the Bandai Movie Monster Series Mecha King Ghidorah 2018 version, which I got off of Amazon. King Three-Pronged Back-Scratcher Boy Ghidorah stands nearly equal with his 2005 Movie Monster Series counterpart, but not much else in terms of movie scale. But who cares about that? What he lacks for in size is made up in a vibrant color palette and some big hecking wings for good measure. Is this the true return to form for the vinyl false king? Well, aesthetically he's a golden boy, but let's see if he's worthy of that gold. I know what you're all going to say already. Hold on. There you have it in numbers. There you have it with Visual Aid Part 1 and Visual Aid Part 2. Comment, like, and subscribe! Feel like I haven't done this in a while, but let's take a look at Bandai Movie Monster Series 2018 version Mecha King Ghidorah's tag. I love this image, and apparently Bandai does too, because they use the exact same image on the 2005 Movie Monster Series Mecha King Ghidorah release. Could that be any more of a mouthful? But anyway, my opinion does not change. Lovely image of Mecha King Ghidorah on the front, not too much going on the inside, and we got his mechanoid wing on the opposite side. That's Rook to par 4. King me. Now that that's all done and over with, let's take a look at these here wings, because they really don't look that much different from the 2005 version wings. They just lack all of the shading on them, which admittedly really didn't do much, but at the same time I kind of miss it, but at the same time I feel like it really didn't need it. No, your eyes do not fool you. The back of this figure and the socket over here for this wing is a little bit on the warped side, but detract from that and look at this lovely paneling detail on the back of Mecha King Ghidorah's wings. Look at that. You can almost taste the mediocre writing. But now for real, even in 2018/2021, this do be looking pretty fresh. The tail though, it's just gold. It's a very, very nice and preferable darker gold than the original figure, which we'll talk about in a second, and I like it. I think it brings out a lot of the detail over here on Ghidorah's tail. These two things actually came fused together, believe it or not. Let your paint dry before you ship stuff out, Bandai. Anyway, lovely, lovely detail on the tips of Mecha King Ghidorah's tails. Same could be said for the bottom portions of the tail. Would you look at that, we got some stuff on the bottom of the feet. Oh, 1998. A great year for the Godzilla fanbase, as we were given the ultimate magnificence that is Godzilla 1998 after a series of mostly shit movies. Yeah, I'm joking. Flipping the figure over, we can see lots of lovely gold scaling, Ghidorah with his fashionable anklet/knee guards over here, and then moving into the chest area. Lots of fantastic mechanized detail that you get on this thing. Looking just as fresh as it did on the 2005 version, yes. It just doesn't have those random spurts of shading on it like the original, which honestly is more so a taste thing. I really don't think the lack of shading on the newer figure really makes it look any less good, honestly. But Scooby-Dooby-Doo, I see you. Some golden blick blick on the wiring over here. Or tubes? Don't think I missed you either, little golden smudge. Must sing my praises for the wings this time around. Love the very foily gold, as opposed to... this. This just looks tacky. It kinda looks like what your pee probably looks like after a night of drinking and no water. Yeah, not really feeling the 2005 version's gold, and by gold I mean all the gold on the figure, yes. In comparison to this one, Yeah, I do feel 2018 Mecha King Ghidorah's base gold is the better gold, but we'll get back to that a little bit later. But holy moly, there goes my toupee. Were these wings painted messily? And not at all. Yes, this is the base color for this figure. How do I know this? Let me show you. Away, rapscallion! Yes, it should not be that easy. Looky here. That's what the inside of the wing looks like. Kind of looks like mashed nanas for babies. Bold of Bandai to assume I wouldn't notice. But I did notice, Bandai, because I'm the Bandai boy. The boy who Bandais. Thankfully, the opposing wing was much better painted, and we can zoom in and look at all of these lovely little details on the wings, yes. Line work everywhere for days. Look at those little bolts there. I never noticed those. Only now noticing the little squares over here as well. Mecha King Ghidorah, the gift that keeps on giving. So personally, I like everything that this figure's doing. They really didn't change too much from the original, mostly just the tone of the silver and the gold, and I do feel the silver and the gold they went with this time around is a lot more in character for Mecha King Ghidorah. Plus, just look at those lovingly painted pearly whites. Woohoo! And the pupils are surprisingly clean, and take a look at all of that gnarly Ghidorah detail. Bumps, grooves, lips, nostrils, horns, lovely golden scales. And no, that's not exclusive to just one side, aside from that little tooth right there. That's a little bit on the messy side. No, this Ghidorah definitely has the more superior chompers as well. Not exclusive to one head either. Kevin over here be looking lovely. On both sides, believe it or not. I just want to say that I know that the Heisei Ghidorah's heads had different names. I'll put them all around over here. I know it wasn't Itchy Knee and Kevin, but I can't help calling this head Kevin. It's just... It's a thing. Now take a look at the center head over here. He is magnificent. Beautiful paneling, beautiful mechanized detail to begin with. Yes, look at all of that lovely detail. It's me, Golf Meringue. And even though from the front he looks a little surprised, I still do think he looks awesome. Though, call me a nitpicker, but I am missing the shading on the back of this head, to be completely honest. Hopefully you lot can tell because of the whole reflective thing going on here, but there is shading on the back with the 2005 version, and I feel that just really pulled it all together. But again, I don't outwardly feel that the lack of shading on the 2018 version really dispels anything bad for it. But one of the things this guy doesn't have when it comes to paint that the original version does, that I'm just so confused as to why it doesn't exist on this version, is the lack thereof painted tongues. Y'all painted these teeth beautifully, lovingly, near perfectly. You're telling me you couldn't spurt some red on the tongue? That's just a little fishy if you ask me. Good lord, this guy's teeth look a lot better than I remember. But anyway, before I give my rating, I wanted to focus on the cockpit area over here. Love the detailing, I really do. Despite the messy paint that adorns this area a bit, I love that you can see the tubes or the wiring over here connecting all the heads together. It's honestly really cool. Turning on my mobile torch over here, you can see another wire/tube connecting to the center head back there. Very nice. Again, I truly must sing my praises for the detail on this figure. Truly bountiful and filled with life, despite being a friggin' robot. I mean, look at that. Why even keep that on there? You don't need it, but it looks great. I'm not complaining that it's there, I'm just saying. Holy hell! Oh man, that looks great. Any major details to be talked about here? No, not so much. Although the inside of the mouth is chock full of some nice looking details. God, what a triumphant mecha noodle. Ugh. Ignoring its paint flubs and such, I would honestly call this version of Mecha King Ghidorah from the Bandai Movie Monster series the definitive one. I don't know. This darker gold and this shinier silver really fits the character a lot more than the other version did. Honestly, if this guy had red tongues and better painted wings that weren't super duper warped, this guy would definitely be a solid star in terms of paint. But this guy's got one too many flubs that I'd allow a solid star for, so paint is going to get a half a star, while detail, of course, is going to get a solid star. Let's take a look at articulation. You know how I like to end a review off? With a tall, cold one of CHEERWINE. CHEERWINE is one of the best carbonated soft drink beverages since 1917. You could call them the X+ of the carbonated drink world. Me personally, I liken them to the early Movie Monster series era of Bandai figures where everything was painted, there was more articulation, and the figures smelled of greatness. But why reminisce when I can just taste it? CHEERWINE, because it's better than alcoholic beverages. And look at that articulation! Big shout out to today's sponsor, Kaiju Dork. Thank you so much for hooking me up with this shiz, my guy. It has been so very long, and a very happy yet belated birthday to you, Alex.
CHEERWINE is a cherry-flavored soft drink and has been produced since 1917, claiming to be the oldest continuing soft drink company still operated by the same family. It is widely sold and popular in southern states and has even been made into slushy beverages, cakes, sherbet, and ice cream bars. It is available to buy on Amazon. Rob, how could you forget to actually talk about the product you're holding in your own hands? You Hepkin Maroon 5.
That's it!
You ain't gonna get nothing in the heads. They're all hot-wired to the center of the chest. No swivelliers. The legs, however, will be able to go all the way around. Oh yeah, on both sides. You guessed it. The tail has been glue-sealed and will not move. And the wings can move all the way around like so. This honestly comes in handy because I'm running out of shelf space on my Bandai shelves. So I kind of fold the wings up like so for both of these guys. Yeah, I can save up on shelf space and still display the mechanoid tri-headed back scratcher. He just looks a little bit on the awkward side is all.
Articulation, solid star. Now for the comparison. So according to my highly scientific notes, I actually do have notes, I prefer this guy's major gold and the gold on his wings, and I also prefer the silver because it honestly looks like silver and not a form of gray, or at least a flat form of gray I should say, and I prefer the teeth. Meanwhile, this guy's got better shading, or shading overall, with cleaner-ish paint applications and actual tongue paint. Yeah, I would definitely say this guy is the more superior when it comes to paint. The only other major difference between these two would be the height. And it confuses me a little bit. This guy clocks in at a little bit over 6.5 inches, whilst this guy is nearly 7 inches. I guess it's just the heads, man. That's the only thing that makes sense. I know Bandai's kind of been on this whole wave of just shrinking down older molds, but this is just coming off kind of ridiculous. I mean, it's different by like about that much. That's wild. Look at that wing placement over here. This guy's totally straight up while these are at an angle. Yeah, I know. As I said before, this guy came a little warped. And he's kinda warped in every which way, so he's a bit of an ugly duckling. But that don't mean I don't love him, of course. I too am an ugly duckling, Mecha King Ghidorah Bandai Movie Monster Series 2018 version, and you are 2.5 out of 3 star worthy. But anyway, that's the video. Patrons, social media, merch, thank you all for watching, and I will see you all next week on the 31st, hopefully with a review, the final review of the Metroid 35th Anniversary Fridays Marathon, which, yeah, it's not going to be a Friday. I wanted to put the figure review out on the game's anniversary, celebrating 11 years of Metroid Other M. It's not as bad as I thought it was, or a few other people did. So, yeah. Ha!